Hi everyone, I'm going to show you today how to make some sugar crystal lollipops at home. So this is a bit of science, a little practical experiment for you to do, but you get to eat the end result. So it's the best kind of science as far as me and my kids are concerned. You're going to need an adult to help you. So before you start, make sure that they're free and able to help you with the first bit because it involves hot water and we don't want anyone getting burnt. So what you're going to need for this is some sugar. Okay, any sugar will do. Could be white sugar, brown sugar, caster sugar, granulated, doesn't matter, whatever sugar you've got at home. You need some really hot water. Now I've got some here in a heat-proof jug. Just be careful, this is the bit that you're going to need your adult for. You're also going to need a spoon, a small plate, anything will do really. I've got some food colouring, depending on whether you want to make your lollipops coloured or not. I've got 2 glasses here that just happen to be the right size, but you can use jars or anything you've got at home really. A plastic tub would work. Just a container that you can put your liquid in. You'll need a couple of pegs, or one if you're only making one lolly, and something to act as your lolly stick. Now we've got actual lolly sticks at home, but you could use a bamboo skewer. If you cut the sharp piece off so that it's blunt at the end, you could use a normal sort of wooden lolly stick if you have some. Anything that's clean that you can put in your mouth without cutting yourself, so no sharp edges. So first thing we need to do is we need to make a sugar syrup mix. So we've got our very hot water. We're going to put some sugar into there using our spoon. My assistant's going to help me. And she's going to put some sugar into this water and start to stir so that the sugar dissolves. Lots, as much as you can. More than that, we're probably going to be several spoonfuls. And you need to keep doing this until you can't dissolve anymore. So start with sort of 2 or 3. Give it a mix up. If all the sugar dissolves, then add some more. So give it a mix up. Let's see. Now this water's really hot, so you must be careful and make sure that an adult is either with you or doing it for you. Don't want anyone to get hurt. Has it disappeared? Yeah. Oh, let's put some more in, then I'll pour some in and you can mix it up. So while that's happening, I'm also going to put a little bit of sugar on my plate here, because we're going to need that in a minute. Is that all mixed in as well? We need a bit more. So all we're doing is adding sugar and mixing it into our hot water until it dissolves. And then once you've put enough in, you'll find that the sugar won't dissolve any further. That water's become saturated, and that's where we want to get to. A bit more. That should be enough. So put sugar to one side, all mixed up. That's perfect, thank you. Right, so what you should do is let this cool down for about half an hour so that it's not too hot when you're handling it. Now I'm going to use it straight away because for the purposes of the video it's easier to do it like this, but let it cool down at home and then you could do it yourself rather than having to use your adult. So we want some of the sugar syrup in both of our cups here. I'm just going to pour some in and we're going to add some colour. So we're going to have 1 pink and 1 blue in our house, but you can use whatever you've got at home, you don't have to colour it. And if you want, you can add flavourings at this point. We've only really got peppermint and almond at home and no one fancied that, but if you had like some nice lemon flavouring or strawberry, something like that, you might like to use it. So I'll just give that a stir. There we go. So there's our nice coloured sugar water that's going to make our lollies. The next stage is to get your lolly stick, and you need to first dip it into your sugar mixture, and then you're just going to roll it into this sugar. Okay, so it gets coated. This is going to help the crystals stick to the lolly stick. You see, I've dipped it into the liquid and then in the sugar, and I'm going to let that dry. Probably only take a few minutes. Do the same with the blue one. I'm going to let that one dry as well. Okay. Once they are dry, I'm just going to use a peg attached to the top of my lolly stick, so the sugary end's at the bottom. I'm going to put a peg on the top, and then I am going to balance it in here. You don't want your stick to touch the bottom of the glass or the container. You just want it hanging in the liquid like this. I might need to move the peg a little bit. There we go. Now, I didn't let that one dry. You need to let it dry for 5 minutes at home so the sugar is hard. And then you can just leave it for 2 to 3 days and you should end up with a lovely lolly that looks a little bit like a sparkler, like the sort you'd have on fireworks night. So have a go at home. You might want to get an adult to cover these while it's going so that you can eat them afterwards and they stay nice and clean. Or if you're using a jar, you might be able to work it out putting the lid back on it. But have some fun. Hope you get to make some lovely lollies at home. Bye everyone.